love that kind of game show. Yeah, I hope I can get some British Knights.
We have some British Knights, a boombox, and
Space Camp.
Yeah, Space Camp. I love it. All right, so we're gonna bring up the first one. So Phil, would you rather? Dun, 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 pause for graphic. This is
graphics are coming. Graphics are coming onto the screen.
There it is. Yeah. Okay, I love that you're doing the song. Okay, would you rather always have to wear a Geordie LaForge Vision visor, or always wear a '90s style print T-shirt?
Always wear a '90s style printy shirt. Listen, the '90s, those crazy colors. Look, it's old now, but back in the day, oh my gosh, you could jog at night and never get hit. It was a wonderful thing. The Geordie visor. Look, we've gone through this already coming out of the pandemic. Half your face covered sucks. Face covered sucks. You know, you can't see if somebody's really lying with that visor on. You can't tell if they're rolling their eyes at you.
Scene's
with that
important.
Visor on. Exactly. So yeah, boom. Give me that bright color shirt. I'll go jogging at night.
Boom, it's yours. All right,
it.
Brian.
We got a next one here. Okay, be animated into an episode of SpongeBob, or be animated into an episode of Hey Arnold.
Be animated into an episode of SpongeBob. Because look, Hey Arnold, yeah, they put them in like crazy fun things and stuff, but it's kind of set in like the real world and how the physics of the real world sort of function the same way. Get me in some place that's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Put me under the sea, wrong channel. Put me in SpongeBob's world. Put me down there where physics don't matter. You can cook on a grill with fire and water. I want to go.
Okay, and maybe you can find out what is the thing they always want to find out, the secret ingredient of the patties.
Patty sauce. That's right. Yeah.
So you find out, you let us know.
I can tell you what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
It's grind up shrimp. I don't know. I don't know.
That's probably a good guess.
Interesting.
Probably a good guess.
Okay. Good choice.
All
right.
That. Good answer.
Here's the next one. Good answer. All right. Would you rather, have to ride the Transformers 3D ride 10 times in a row, or ride E.T. 30 times in a row?
Wow. I think this one I'm sort of disqualified for, because I think I actually may have ridden E.T. almost 30 times in a row.
Oh my goodness.
Because, okay. All right, so there's a story with every answer. Okay, so working at Universal, when we shot the show, we kind of got carte blanche on riding the rides. And because we were like local celebrities, they were really cool about letting us backdoor in on a ride. So we never had to wait in line and stuff. And there were times where we would go right. There was one time I can tell you for sure, I rode Back to the Future like 10 times in a row. It was just like, got off, walked around, got on, I mean, I can quote, I'm trapped like a rat in my own office. There's no way I can get to the DeLorean. But you, my time traveling volunteers, you and you and you, yes, on the other side of them. I mean, it's like,
I missed it so much.
So many times.
So, Phil, do you remember the Alfred Hitchcock experience that used to be at?
Yes, I remember it there, but I didn't do it much because most of the time when I did stuff, it was with my son who was little at the time, and I didn't want to scare him with Alfred Hitchcock.
So I have to say, this is a memory that I remember, and I could be remembering it wrong, but there was a time I went on the Alfred Hitchcock experience, and you were in line before me. So I would have been in, maybe 3rd or 4th grade at the time.
Okay.
So I just remember, I'm pretty certain it was you, because everyone was like super excited that you were in the waiting area. So,
cool. Then it probably happened. By the way, a little trivia for you. You want some real good trivia here?
Yes.
Does anyone remember Daryl Hammond from SNL?
Of course.
He was the voice of E.T. the Ride at Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. Yep.
Get the hell out of here.
He did impressions. Daryl Hammond was an impressionist. Even before, when he was doing straight stand-up, he was a comic that would go up and just do a slew of voices, spot on. Then he got hooked up with the gig on SNL, and the rest, as they say, is history. But when he was just a club comic living in Orlando, Daryl Hammond did the voice of E.T.
So cool. I
had no idea.
And we were friends. We lived in Orlando. He's from there. I was from there. So yeah.
Okay. Now, next time I ride the ride, I'm gonna be like, I know that voice. I know that voice. All right, Brian, next one.
Okay. Would you rather get slimed every time you say, I don't know, or get slimed every time you're tempted to sing along to the radio?
Ooh, I would say get slimed every time I say I don't know, because I try not to say that too much. But I sing all the freaking time.
Yeah, well,
I would just be one big green mess. Oh my gosh, I would just I would just be squishy all the time if it was the sing along on the radio. I would squish when I walk, talk, laid down. I don't want to live my life in squishy drawers. No, I would it would be slimed every time you say I don't know, because as a producer you try to have the answers. So
very true. Okay,
good like
answer.
That.
Good answer. All right, here's the next one. Would you rather have I'll wait for the graphic. Okay. Have an Olmec alarm clock that wakes you up every day at 6 a.m. or be told a scary story by the Midnight Society every night before bed?
Have Olmec wake me up. This is a really interesting story because number one, people don't hate, but there you go.
Beware of the temple guards as they may inhabit the trees.
Nice. Okay, so I've actually said before this question was even written, oh, look at you. You got the coolest toys.
I know.
I feel like Joker. Where did she get those wonderful toys? But I've actually said it to friends of mine like 1,000 times. I want a celebrity alarm clock where you could choose who you want to wake up to. So like, let's say one day you set it to James Brown. It's time to get up. Hey. You know,
get up.
Right in there to get up, get on up. That's
the man's world.
You know, so OMAC would fit right in there. Batman alarm clock. I said, it may not be the time you want to get up, but it's the time you need to get up. You know, so I've always said I want an alarm clock that did sort of that thing. So OMAC would fit perfectly into that. Little bit of personal thing about Phil. I'm not really a big scary movie kind of guy. I think it might be because for me,
same here.
I grew up as an only child. So for a lot of times I was a latchkey kid waiting for mom and dad to come home. And so scary stuff, spooky stuff, when it's not daylight saving time and getting dark and it's only like 6:30, 7 o'clock, but mom and dad haven't gotten home yet. I'm in the big old spooky house by myself.
You ain't trying to watch Poltergeist?
I am trying to do that. No. Halloween? No. How about Valentine's Day or something? But get that out of here.
Ooh,
That's so fun. I was the same, man. I had a very religious mother. So anything that was kind of weird, she was like, that's no good. And got it in my head. I saw a clip of The Exorcist and that was in my head for years. That was like the source of my nightmares and why I couldn't fall asleep for years.
Yeah. Like I said, when it got dark in the house, big old house by myself, waiting for parents to get home, I didn't need that. So, and it's kind of like that to this day. Like even now, I've watched some things, but there are times when my son will go, "Hey, Dad, did you see whatever?" I said, "No, I got to watch it on Saturday." He goes, "Why?" I said, "I don't get home from the studio until like 8." I'm not watching it in the house while it's dark. I'll watch it on Saturday at like 11 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. At noon. At noon on a Saturday. Right. All right, we got 2 more. All right, Brian, you're up.
All right. Would you rather be cast as a Mandalorian or voice the Riddler in a Batman animated series?
That's interesting. One. Well, you know what? Hold on. You know what? Maybe not so tough. I think I know what the answer to that one is. I think the answer to that one is be cast as the Riddler, because this past Halloween, the entire family got together and my stepdaughter had the brilliant idea of all of us dressing like DC villains. And so the DC villain of my choice was the Riddler.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I actually dressed as the Riddler. Oh,
that is correct.
Emails coming. But that's me right there. So the Riddler, because I seen the already done did it.
That is correct. Very nice.
Enough.
That is correct.
Fair enough. All right. So we have one final Would You Rather. And since we know you're from Baltimore, I know these are Baltimore staples. I've never been there and I could be totally wrong. But would you rather enter a burger cookie eating competition or enter a Smith Island cake eating competition?
I think the burger eating competition. Because number one, I like chocolate. Number two, I like taking big bites out of things, and you can't really take a big bite, you know what I mean? But you take that thing, you put it halfway. I'm the guy, like when I was a kid, that would get yelled at, boy, ain't going nowhere. You can take smaller bites. Mm-hmm. You would think I had siblings, because I know people who have siblings talk about you have to eat fast because your siblings go over and take your stuff. I was an only child, but I was like, I don't know. You take it. And also, here's a little personal Phil thing. You see how they're stacked? When I eat them, you have to flip it over so it's chocolate side down on the tongue.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Mic drop.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm an only child too. So from one only child to another, I'm with you. I'm also a very fast eater. So
when I eat donuts, people look at me eat donuts. Like seriously, no joke. You take a regular chocolate donut and people look at me because I will turn it upside down so that when I bite it, it's chocolate on tongue first. Try it.
Okay.
Give it a try.
It's a whole new world.
Turn it upside down. No matter what the icing is. If you like the white icing, the pink icing, whatever, turn it upside down. Eat it like that so that it's icing on the tongue.
Sound logic to me. Okay, I like that.
Because the icing is going up to the part that can't really absorb the taste. It gets it residually.
I thought that, I've thought about this before, but I kind of let it slide and forgot about it. Now you're yeah, why don't we do that more?
Why don't we?
It all mixes up in your mouth, but start it there and then squish it around. Start it from the very beginning. Get full icing, full contact icing.
Whoa.
See, now you gave me a lot to think about.
I know. And that's been Phil Moore's PSA about eating upside down. There you go.
And now you know.
Yeah. Hell yeah. 90s nostalgia completes.
We have completed the 90s nostalgia trifecta.